5, 4, 3, 2. Alright. Welcome back, everyone. This is Outer Wilds Part 7. And after the last game, we figured out, okay, well, I did a very, very dumb thing. I took the core and only belatedly realized when I actually saw the credits. And it's very funny, just the clip that Magnus took of me just kind of, one moment I have the core in my hand, next moment I'm meditating, and probably between that, y'all are like, oh shoot, Kaz, don't do that, but also because I couldn't hear you, Kaz go burr. And then I just ended up killing myself, and there was a screen that literally said, you are dead. And, I actually did not see that, or I did not consciously process it, because I just kept talking until my brain was finally like, wait, aren't I supposed to be alive now? And then I noticed that the credits were rolling. I'm like, wait, what? And so it was very funny, just like the confusion, just watching that back and my realization of like, what the heck just happened? And then racking my brain of like, oh, wait. I have been literally reading for the past 5 minutes about how important this core is to the restart of the entire universe and this timeline, only for myself to be like, okay, Loot Goblin, go, burr. Take this stuff, die with it. No consequences, only take. So, it was very funny seeing that happen in just a span of like, I don't know, 10 seconds or so. But, I can't even remember. Was that Monday that I was playing that? It seems like forever ago because these days have been very long, and I will admit, I have been thinking very, very strongly about this game. Maybe not strongly, but just a lot about this game. And, definitely was thinking about it at work, will admit that. And the thing that I was thinking about at work, and while I was not able to play it, is that I was thinking about Solanum. I know that when I was kind of on the Quantum Moon, there was some sort of mention and some sort of confusion about her being alive, or maybe not alive, and I didn't quite get it, because I was like, does she think she's dead? I didn't quite get it. And then I realized, after some very deep thinking, that, oh wait, Solanum is a person who has been, was the person who was last documented to be going to the Quantum Moon. And so it's strange that I do remember seeing her body, or a body. But this time I was like, wait, there is a body on the moon, and it only shows up sometimes. And then realizing that when I was on the Quantum Moon with the eye, that I didn't see that extra body. But I feel like if I had noticed maybe the color of the clothing a little bit better, I could have noticed, oh wait, those are the same colors that Solanum wears. This dead body and this Solanum person who is still alive wear the same type of clothing. And so I was like, oh wait, huh. So I guess that does kind of play into the idea that Solanum is dead and alive at the same time. And so then that made me think, wait, is this Quantum Moon some sort of Schrodinger's cat where you're both alive and dead at the same time, where it's all based on observation? Because I was tripping. I had so many different theories, because I then brought it back to my experiences of like, okay, sorry, there's a lot of thoughts right now. If I am also not being observed by someone, does that mean that I'm also dead and alive at the same time? But also, what are the circumstances that caused Solanum to die in the first place? Is it just because on the Quantum Moon there's so many different possibilities that it doesn't necessarily have to have happened, but it still did happen at the same time? And then I was also kind of thinking about let me try reading these little notes that I took, because I probably should have started taking notes earlier, because that probably would have helped with me trying to go back at some of the different places that I was supposed to go to. Because, so this other thing I was mentioning was the Quantum Moon and how it kind of moved around. And I guess that also plays into my confusion as to whether or not the Quantum Moon is some sort of body that moves around, or just is around and is only around certain places when it's not around in other places. I'm probably not explaining it very correctly, but I think the premise of it is the idea that if something that's observed and then something that's not observed, they're two halves of the same coin is what I was thinking of. And then I was thinking of, okay, well, maybe the reason why the planet wasn't actually, not the planet, but the moon wasn't stuck at the eye was because of the clouds surrounding the quantum moon. Because I was thinking, well, if Solanum is constantly observing the moon, then doesn't that mean that it would stay in a static place? But then I was also thinking, okay, is it only in a static place if the body itself is being observed relative to other locations? Because then that would suggest that if there was no clouds and maybe Solanum was always constantly observing the quantum moon in relation to all of the other planets, then it would always have stayed near the eye. And then it would have prevented the quantum moon from actually moving around. And then I was trying to think of... Let me think. Trying to read this again, because I wrote a lot of jarbled stuff, and I can't remember what I've mentioned and what I have not mentioned yet. Because, the other thing I was trying to think of as well is that the quantum moon, could it be immune to the rewind of the universe? And then maybe that's why she was also alive and dead at the same time. And then I was like, wait, no. She doesn't have a statue. And then I also got confused because I was trying to figure out what the purpose of the statues were again. And I do remember that the statues, they are there to preserve memory, not necessarily bodies. And that helped me realize, okay, so the purpose of the statues aren't really going to be effective if the people that have the memories being preserved are dead. And I think that kind of tracks, because all of the other masks in the core of the Ash Twin, they're all dark. And so then that made me realize, okay, so the reason why I'm actually being revived each time is because I was still alive from before the 22 minutes. And so that probably means that everyone else that I've kind of encountered and that I've read logs and different posts about, or not logs, but scrolls about, then they probably died outside of those 22 minutes, or before the 22-minute loop could happen. And that is a very, very sad thought, because I was hoping that maybe if I ended up going back in time, then I could save them, but no, it seems like that's probably not going to happen. Unless the vessel is able to do something, because I actually forgot what I wanted to do on the vessel. This is why I should probably have taken better notes, or just notes at all. Magnus told me that he had actually taken notes when he was playing this game, and I hadn't considered that until he had mentioned it, but I had already been playing the game for about 10-15 hours already, so it was too late for that. And so some of the other contemplations that I had was just the fact that when someone kind of mentions the topic of time and space, of space, you usually think of time and space, because that's kind of how the two of them are intertwined. It's, when you think about it, time is sometimes considered the fifth dimension, or maybe even the fourth dimension. So that made me think of, well, if the quantum moon is going around in space, then could time also be warping with the quantum moon and the eye? And maybe that's also tying back into the previous idea that I had in terms of how the quantum moon is not the quantum moon. Well, maybe the quantum moon, but more particularly the eye. Maybe the eye and the quantum moon are immune to this reset. And I just don't know, because it doesn't seem like when I was talking to Solanum that she had any memories of when I had talked to her previously, or any other sort of ideas that she could be immune to the loop. She could just be kind of a passive observer, sort of like everyone else on the Timber Hearth. And so, some other contemplations that I had. Is just how silly I thought I was for the fact that, that I had read all of those, or I'd read all of those scrolls on the wall. There's so many of them, and then I just decided to take the core because I was being such a loot goblin, and then just decided to log off with it and then doom myself. It was funny, because Magnus had texted me just saying very, very curtly, let me see, where did it say? Do you know the significance of the core you removed? It was the equivalent of when Dumbledore calmly tells Harry, Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? It was like that. It was very funny, because after that, I didn't see that message until after I had actually got to the cutscene. And it was very funny reading that. I'm like, oh, I see. Yeah. But I was being very silly. And then I made a meme about there's that man kind of talking to a wall, and then I just put you are dead inside of the range of his hands on the wall. And it seemed very, very accurate. And so that is it. That is all for the conundrums I had. If I remember anything else that I was thinking about, then I'll try to bring it up later. But for the plans today, I do plan on trying to... Oh gosh. I didn't have enough time to really think about this because I was a little anxious, and I feel like maybe at this point I should just wing it. Or I should just go for it. Just go for the instincts, and if anything, at least I'll just go for the experience and just have the fun of going around and... Okay, going to the Ash Twin, grabbing the core, but I need to wait for that sand to decrease, and then after I get that core, I would need to go to Bramble? Dark Bramble, and then have a very perfect run, because I know that if I got eaten by any of those anglerfish, then I do another reset. And oh, also something I noticed, just as a thing, when I was kind of going through my videos and adding little timestamps to them, I noticed that the longer that you're inside of the main menu, the farther and farther apart wilds gets from each other, the letters. I don't know if there's ever a limit of how far those letters get from each other, but just something I noticed. I don't know if anyone else did, but it's a pretty neat fact or feature. So yeah, and let's start. I'm thinking that I'm very close to finishing the game. I don't know if there's actually something else that I'm supposed to be doing after the vessel. I just feel like the vessel has been the final goal for the foreseeable future, and I also feel like there are a lot of other questions that have been answered since then, and I just don't know if I might need to talk to someone or talk to all of y'all to kind of fill in some of those gaps. Like this one, Hollow's lantern, still blank. What's up with that? And my plan is for today that after I do finish, hopefully if I do finish, the navigation to the vessel, that I can start on the DLC. And that would be very, very fun, I think. Magnus did warn me that it would take a little bit more brain power. Not that I don't have enough brain power, tee-hee, but I think it would also be a very good opportunity to kind of make it more of an interactive thing, where I could try asking for more hints and help, because apparently some of the puzzles are a lot more difficult than in the base game. And I don't mind that. I feel like some of y'all have been really holding in your thoughts and different things that you've wanted to help me with, so I think this would be a really good opportunity to engage with the people that have been watching me for so long. It sounds weird when I say that, actually. And then after that, maybe I'll have a separate video of just going after some of the achievements. Ah, Happy Bear. Ah, you haven't done the DLC. What's prevented you from doing the DLC? Oh, I see. I see. All good. Understandable, Magnus. Glad you can make it. So right now, I am currently waiting for the Ash Twin to drain itself of sand so that I can get to the little teleporter. The thing I'm kind of worried about is if there was something that I was supposed to do while I was waiting for the sand to drain. Like maybe I should set up on Dark Bramble. Am I floating away? That is rude. Oopsies, I am. I know what I can do is I can open this, and then I can say, yes, pin the vessel, so I know where it's at least when I'm going there. Although it's very straightforward to get there, I don't know if I really need a mark. Well, yeah, I do. After I get through the red light, then it does get a little vague on where I'm supposed to go, especially because space turns and there is no up or down. I believe I remember what the image or the code is supposed to be for the ship. I believe it was like an L and then an hourglass without the bottom, and then was it like an M? Not an M. Let me see. I'll check back through the messages or the pictures I have. It was an N, as in nano? You always thought it looked like a necktie, huh? No. For me, it looks more like an hourglass without the bottom. Not to call you wrong or anything. I've worn a fair share of my ties in the day. I feel like for a tie it would be missing the little pointy bit. Is this the one I need to go to? Oh, maybe it is. Ooh. Ow. Alright, so I want to park my ship not so close to the entrance of the path. Not the entrance, but like the path of the sand column, because otherwise I would screw myself with being able to actually get back onto my ship once I do get the core, because I gotta make this snappy. And so apparently there's also supposed to be this med kit for healing that stuff. And then there's okay, I have my fuel. I have alright, is this ready? It is! Oop. No, it's not. I lied. Just kidding. Ah! What? Oh. I was like, who did this? Looking back at my childhood, I feel like I've always been more of a tie person. I learned how to tie my first tie when I was like in high school. My science teacher helped me do it. It was very nice of him. There's the vessel. Man, maybe I should start a timer. Would that stress me out too much? I don't know. Excuse me. I prefer ties as opposed to bow ties. Oh, I was thinking of like neckties, the long boys, instead of the bow ties. Alright, so this is ready. Next time it comes around, I'll just step into the warper. Should be coming soon. Please? And ship, you just stay over there. Okay. So the other thing I was worried about is that maybe my ship was helping to dampen some of the sand that was going from this planet to the other planet. So I really hope that's just not the case and I was just being silly with unnecessarily putting my ship in the way of it. But here we go. Yes. Okay. I don't actually need it. Dope. Good. 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 And flashlight. Where am I going? All right. Cool. Very, very cool. Gosh, my heart is pounding. Stress. Okay. So then what I need to do is turn off or open the core, then turn off gravity, go to it, and then that should be okay. This one is to do what? Activate gravity control. First I need to do this one. Okay. And now, turn this one. Bow ties are cool. Alright. Skedaddle. Did I make it back? I did. And is my ship still here? She is. Atta girl. Okay, here we go. I'm hella nervous, man. And the vessel is all the way across the sun. That is great. I'm gonna go underneath it. Okay. Ooh, Happy Bear! Maybe when you get to do your incentive for your DLC playthrough, I'll get to watch you, and now I'll be able to do, like, emotes and, like, salutes and stuff, and then giggle to myself that I can't tell you. Unless you're also okay with tips for that. Alright, dope. After this, I'll need to follow you and then see a bit when you're doing that. Alright, sounds good. I can definitely do that. This music, though, it's like the game knows what's going on. Oh, thank you, Happy Bear. I appreciate that. Alright, let's see. So there is one anglerfish that kind of goes close to the warp point of the oopsies. So I know I'll have to stick to the edge unless I want it to eat me up in a not so great way. Well, it's interesting how the music just kind of goes deafened a little bit inside of here, kind of knows that we're inside of a different world. Alright. Okay. Alright, so I know I cannot bring my ship in here. So what I'll have to do, fuel up, make sure I've got everything, and I'll go by myself. And this is a good momentum to do right now. Turn off my thrusters, just let myself coast. A quantum mechanics lesson? Did I? I was... Kershmush, I went on a huge rant for the introduction of this stream, and I was going over how I was like kind of contemplating the significance of time versus space, and then also the idea of being observed and then being dead and alive because of Schrodinger's cat type of thing. And because Kershmush, you were I think the one who was going to perhaps give me a hint as to why Solanum was dead and alive at the same time, and I did end up finding that out, well, maybe, I think. But I had some ideas in terms of how it plays into the whole quantum moon being, like, everywhere and nowhere at the same time type of thing. Everything everywhere all at once. That. Am I clear? I am. Also, I realized my ship's not in the best location. I probably should have left it outside. But then I wouldn't have had enough fuel to kind of navigate if I needed to the vessel, because this vessel is actually relatively hard to get to. But then again, I guess I can use my little scout and take myself over there. Oh, the music's kind of not as faded anymore? Okay. Bonk. Alright, here we are. Oh, fuck. Oh, dope. Alright. Oh, that's not it. Let me do this. Put this over here first. So, after I put this in, I am honestly not sure if there's something else that I need to do. I'm hoping that I'm not missing a step, because that would be devastating. Ooh, almost got that one wrong. It was in N, like this. Don't touch anything. Okay. Oh, fuck. Did we go back in time? What is— yeah, like my fucking lamp's gonna help. Okay, ooh. Okay, here, let me do this. No quantum frequencies? Strange, sure, sus, not— don't believe that. Oh, actually there's a lot, maybe, big. What's happening? Okay, let me think. So this is to open the gate, maybe? Open this door? Oh! No, I'm not ready for that yet. No, no, no. Oh, no, no. No, no. Sorry, okay. I'm just worried that me being in here is still very time limited because of needing to make it out of here before the restart happens. I'm super excited as well. It's like I've been waiting all week for this. Highlight of my week, not gonna lie. Let's see if this has any new information on it, because quantum trips, maybe things changed. Depends on what that spoiler is. Is it to the plot, or is it like a game mechanic? Black-Run Suns. I don't know, I've read that already. Will this bring me outside of the ship? What does that do? This is the mechanic? This is not the plot, this is the mechanic. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Oh, I'm safe from the Nova. Good to know. That is very, very calming to know. It's interesting. I see the quantum moon right there. Whoopsies. but I don't see any of the other planets. So I guess I could just take my time here. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else that I can do in here other than take this black hole. I wish I'd kind of tried to see what this would... Oh no, it wouldn't have done anything on the other planet, would it have? Because what I did first is that I put in the core, and then I immediately went over here, and then I put in the passcode. But I didn't try to move this ball over here before I ended up putting in the passcode, so I wonder if that has any significance. But I guess this is the moment of truth. Alright, let's just jump in, and at least I know how to do all this. Oh, hello? Oh, alright. So I took a picture of the eye because I was kind of suspicious of maybe of something happening, and also because of Quantum Moon. I wonder if that has any bearing on what happens in here. But it's also kind of getting in my way. I feel like I'm just being a bit overcautious. And it's interesting, the gravity here is 2.4. I don't know if there's anything else here. Oh, so the other thing too is that I'm supposed to go to the probe, which is supposed to be here. And for the probe, that also contains someone else from the Nomai who have synchronized with the statue. There are 3 statues, and I have one. I think Gabbro has the other. And so when there was that analysis of where the other statue was, this was, or maybe not this, but the probe has the 3rd person. And I don't know if I'm getting any closer to that person or not. I also apologize. I don't feel super confident, like, trying to go to the outer rings of this planet. Maybe I should, but I'm also hoping that the person that is supposed to be on that probe has just already made it to the core of the eye. Considering that I was able to make it. I'm sure they could, because they're a lot smarter than I am, right? Let's see. Why is it all... Okay. Trees detected, alright. Ooh. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. So things are quantum shifting now, and this is scary, because now I don't know if I'm supposed to take pictures of things that are going around. Because right now I'm taking pictures of them not existing, which may not help. I keep taking pictures too slow, but also I'm not sure if I'm supposed to. Oh, and the trees. Oh, okay, wait, what's this? Oh, this is actually, I guess, where I'm supposed to go. I love how the trees were also just kind of teleporting around. I'm glad that with the game mechanics, it's not likely for me to eventually get swooped up or, like, have something spawn on me. Alright, what's this? Please. Oh, goodness. I wonder if this takes me back to the Quantum Moon. I'm not sure, though. And I don't know where all these holes go. If there's a... Oh, I've got a scout. That's right. Let me just take this and then do that. And do you see anything? Oh, it's just a crater. That's fine. That's good. That's fine. Okay. Let's see. Alright. I guess I'll just have to jump it. Just go for it. I'm also curious if I really am supposed to explore the rest of this planet, but I feel like an end game would include meeting this last surviving person from the Nomai. Oh, I can't! Oh, okay, so this is the play. Now I have to figure out how to get up there because the gravity here is too great. I can't just climb on these, can I? Boop. Nope, that's not happening. So what happens if I just go into here? Would I get stuck in the crater? I don't know if that would be optimal. There's got to be some way to get up there. with the ship, I couldn't control it really. I guess it only works for the warp. Because I would hate to go in the center, realize, well, shit, I'm stuck, and then not be able to get out because I just did this mechanic wrong or something. Or maybe that is what I'm supposed to do, and I just gotta do it. Where do those trees go? Whoops. Oh, the trees, they warp around just randomly, don't they? Okay, it's not gonna... I won't be able to find them intentionally, I guess. Okay, but, I mean... The only thing I can do is just go in there. But, wait, do the holes change? Hang on a second, I gotta see this. Oh, no, they don't. Okay. I mean, what would the purpose of sitting in a hole be? It's like, I fits, I sits. But... And the thing is that I can't just take this for granted, because if I end up going in there and then I just get stuck, if I meditate, it's game over. And that's probably not intentional. That would be a very bad thing to do. Because, oh, what do? Why can't the just stupid thing teleport me in there? And also, it'd just be silly if this only takes me back to the quantum moon, because this looks like a time vortex. Channel my inner Feldspar. What would Feldspar do? Feldspar? I think they just chill here. They wouldn't do anything. They'd just be like, this is a very nice planet. I think I could live here forever. Is that not what they've all been doing, though? Or... No, Church's the one that just sends their scout. Alright, are y'all saying that I should just jump in, or would that be... Oh, well, oh. Oh! I actually kind of slipped. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, alright. I was going to ask if y'all thought that I should jump in, and then I got too close to the edge, and then it just, anchored me. So, okay. That answers that. Alright. Eh. Here we go. Do I need to be observing this place, though? What's going on? 3 minutes of oxygen remaining. That's not good. Oh my god, what is this? I don't even have any sort of waypoint to track here. Oh. Wait, what? Wait, what? Hello? Hello? Oh god. What? That's fucking creepy. Please do not tell me this suddenly turns into a horror game. Oh. Hello? See, even the stuff that goes on the walls that let you climb it, they're not there, and they're all blank. Yeah, it's all dark in here. Okay, fair, yeah. Maybe it has been just a horror game to begin with. Especially with those anglerfish. What? This has been in the tree this entire time? Bruh. Wait. Okay, can I interact with anything else here? Read? I can read things. I wonder if this changes... in fact, the further away the galaxy, further it appears to be moving away. Okay, that's... The entire universe is expanding, which, like I said, y'all, I pointed out to the title screen and how those letters are all moving farther and farther apart. If it's true, was everything closer together in the past? How far back can we extrapolate Did the universe have a beginning? Alright, fair. Kirschmush? Please silence your silence. Here comes the band hammer, brought to you by Happy Bear. Yes, Kirschmush, you are allowed to say nothing, but you need to be quieter about saying nothing. Your silence is deafening. Alright, so it says, this is incredible. At first point, light of the universe were stars, but they're not. They're galaxies. Okay, this I do remember. I need to sit down. I do too. I still feel like, am I in a different universe where if I do end up reading something while I'm here, it'll end up being different than what I previously had observed it to be? Am I? Okay. I don't think so, though. I think I'm just overthinking this and I just need to grit my teeth, calm my breath, and just go for it. Alright, so I'm staring at this. It's very, very bright. It doesn't look like any specific solar system, or maybe I'm biased because I feel like the images that we have of different galaxies and whatnot are super colorful, but this one just looks like extremely white, like kind of like flour or something, like the powdery flour, not like an actual flour. But all right, here we go. Gonna observe. Oh, bruh, what's happening? Oh, that's why it looks like that. Interesting. Okay. Where did I go? Oh. Oh. What do you mean? Oh my god. I can't see anything. I can only really go in one direction, so I guess I'm just gonna go towards the center of the galaxy. I said the what do you mean because it looked like I was looking at a zoomed out version of the... Hello? Ah! Huh? Whoa. This is beautiful. Holy shit. Oh, this is probably my favorite place of the entire game too. Just like, whoa. Oh, this music though? Alright. I'm trying to see if I can see them slowly changing or something. Yeah, it looks like it's expanding if you notice very, very, like, oh, hello? Oh, uh-oh. Alright, I'll hurry up then, I guess. Wait, what? No, wait, come back. No, don't leave me in darkness again, please. Why am I spinning now? Apparently? Oh, I'm just looking at the ground, that's fine. Oh, boy. Unidentified signal nearby. Alright. Outer Wilds Ventures. Wait, what? I turned into a tree! That's crazy. Do you have any games on your phone? No, it's do you what is that? The Raid Shadow Legends game? Why am I... Oh. Oh, hey. I can roast a marshmallow? Where did I get this marshmallow from, though? Oh, wait, Nom? Where am I getting these marshmallows from, y'all? Okay, that's fine. Oops, how do I... Put away. Oops. Oh, that's a bit of a waste. Do I have any games on my signal scope? No, I do not. I apologize. I am very terrible at making marshmallows. I apologize. Like, you saw me try 6 times. I was trying to make it a decent marshmallow or s'more. Hey, Oscar. Oh. This is some fever dream stuff right here. Oh my gosh, they really do just want me to eat a bunch of marshmallows. Huh? I got an achievement for that, apparently. It's probably because I'm eating a bunch of carcinogens. What is that sound? Do y'all hear that? It's like mlam when I put the marshmallow back on. Mlam. Okay, sorry. Oh, the chair just, all right. Oh, what the hell? Esker? Wait, Esker? Didn't I see a tombstone of theirs? I don't hear music, but is that a sign? Oh hell. Oh hell, Esker. Bum, 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 bum. I didn't just go around the entrance, did I? Confusion. Can I can jump, I guess. I don't think I'm supposed to be up here, though. I feel like I'm in Interstellar, where the main character just observes himself in the past and the reality that he came from. Oh, wait, what? It's playing by itself. Oh, okay. Esker, what do you have to say for yourself? What's that? Oh! Oh, wait, no. Sorry, I got excited. I thought this was going to be a nomai. This bush. Yes. I do hear the music, Esker, but, like, what am I supposed to do? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, what? Oh. It's all decrepit now. What? That wasn't like that earlier, was it? Oh man, is it going to be one of those things where I keep coming back and each time I come back it's just more and more destroyed? Alright, Esker, tell me where it's at. Oh man. Hmm? Oh, I see. The character was going bleh. I see. Oh, hey! Oh, hey! Ryback! It's not quite time yet? What do you mean? Pretty sure we'll need the others for this next part. We'll need, you know, everyone. Okay, no rush, take your time. It might even exist. It might not even exist here. Okay, fair. Alright, I don't mind that. Who plays this? Oh, man. Man, I got chills. Okay, I'm not gonna stand up there. I don't remember someone playing the piano last time. It'd be a pretty big instrument to bring somewhere. Okay. Oh, these are like small little challenges for each of these, huh? What is that? Oh, am I getting too close to it? Is that... no? How am I supposed to get that? Am I supposed to shoot it with my thing? Connection with the scout is lost. Oh, that's annoying. That's mean. What am I supposed to do? It doesn't like it when I get too close. Huh? Oh, fuck. What the heck's happening here? Alright, let me see if I observe this. Can I? Is there anything I can do with this? What do you want? I'm extremely confused by this. Welcome back, Magnus. Please help me with this. Or not really, but... I'll come back to that one, because I'm kind of confused what to do for that. Ah! No, please. No. No. I swear, if this is where I die because of this piece of shit... Oh, phew. Oh. Ooh, for that anglerfish, I don't know what I would have done if turning my flashlight off didn't work. I'm so glad that it did, honestly. To the blade? To the in the ancient blade. Okay. That reminds me of It's Always Dark. Reminds me of the quantum sign that I found. Am I supposed to go up there? I'm kind of worried that I might not have enough fuel to do that, though. I'm going to go find some of the other stuff, so I don't worry about running out. It's doing a bit of an inventory. Oh, no, not that one. How many instruments are there again? I have 2. I know where 2 others are. I was just curious. Oh, hello, Feldspar. Yahaha! Alright, fine. The Quiet Shade? Okay. Where is this? The Quiet Shade? Oops, I should have this up. Oh, signs over here. I'm confused. Alright, going back to this one. So one of them had to do with an anglerfish, another one had to do with being inside of a decrepit building. And this one, this is... They're around the sun, so it makes me think that this has something to do with the hourglass twins. But they were kind of just out there. They didn't really... Oh, help, what? That's it? Bruh. Alright, that's fair. Alright, I just don't know if it's going to be up here. Do I have to do some, like, button mashing or something? It's saying it's all the way up there. But okay. Oopsies. Oh. Oh! Hey, y'all. I am. I apologize. It's the last person, I guess, but I don't quite remember who plays the piano so beautifully. Is it me? Do I play the piano? I'm missing someone. The music keeps playing when I point it at the sky. The strange thing is that (1998). That's a very interesting year. Oh, what the fuck? Bruh. What the hell? Can y'all be like normal for once, please? I'm supposed to get up there, aren't I? Alright, fine. Alright, just... it's just... Okay, it's fine. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to desecrate your bodies like this. I'm so sorry. Why is there one person at the bottom? Oh, wait, what? Do I need to, like, look away for you to also go up there? I believe it. Whoa. Hmm. Oh no, not this! Oh no! I do not trust myself with being able to do this because I know that the left one is to brake and the middle one is to go forward. I don't know what the right one ever does, but I guess I'll just go forward. Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. This shit's happening. I don't know if this is supposed to be what I'm supposed to do. Because knowing me, I'll find some way to crash this ship. And then I'll die. Okay, that won't do anything? Alright, cool, that's fine. I'm fine with this. It's fine. That's fine. Oh. Oh, this is me, okay. That's an instrument? Oh, fuck. Is the Nomai here? Oh, is it Solanum? Solanum. Is that you? It is! Hi, Solanum! A conscious observer has entered the eye. I wonder what happens now. Is it time to find out yet? Not yet. Let me talk to everyone else. Hey, bro, what's up? What do you say, buddy? Ready to start the music? No, not yet. No rush. Oh, okay. This is the first time I get to see everyone kind of like in the same place, but Feldspar, I'm super concerned for Feldspar's little crack in his helmet. Because that does not look good. I'm saying, nope. Your harmonica skills are beautiful, but I'm just not ready yet. Hey, Isker. Nope, not yet. I guess everyone is ready to play and just get started. Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, shit. Oh, you have to talk to each of them and get them started. Okay. Yeah, sure. Actually, I want to hear what Solanum does. Oh my god! That's beautiful, Solanum. Man, Solanum, that shit goes hard. Wait, what? No! What's going on? Oh. I'm really happy that we're all here too, but oh, wait, what? Ah! What the hap? I'm just trying to see if there's like some sort of pattern in what's being projected on this surface. Because I feel like I can see... I saw a Pokemon there. I saw another... What the hell is all this? Hey y'all? Cut it a little close, don't you think? It worked out right in the end, huh? Yeah. Beasties in the next one? What do you mean the next one? I don't. These all do look like Pokemon. Some, Power World premonition shit over here. There's my ship. I saw a ship. What are all these things? Here, can I talk to you? Tell you what. This has been fun, and I got to help make something pretty cool. So I've got no complaints. I'm glad you don't. I mean, not me exactly, but close enough. Kind of thing that makes you glad you stopped and smelled the pine along the way, you know? Yeah, I know. What's up, Solanum? Believe reached the end of our journey. All that remains is to collapse the innumerable possibilities before us. Are you ready to learn what comes next? Not yet, no. It's tempting to linger for a moment while every possibility still exists. But unless they are collapsed by an observer, they will never be more, or there will never be more possibilities. Alright, that's fair. I'll do it. I just want to see what everyone says first. The past is past now, but that's, you know, that's okay. I've never really done, or it's never really done completely. The future is always built on the past, even if we won't get to see it. Fair. It's still, time for something new now. Even if it's over now, I had a good time learning. But I think rules are about to change. Alright. Let's see. Alright. Wait, Solanum's speaking in my language. All that remains is to collapse the innumerable possibilities. You ready to learn what comes next? Yes. Oh, yes! I'm glad that we are friends still. Let's find it out together. Oh, wait, what do you mean? What do I do? Friend, what do? Yes. What? Only other thing I could think of. Ah, damn it. Okay. Take my hand. Okay, that's fine. Alright, Alright. Huh? Oh, fudge. Oh, fudge. Is my screen- my mask is all cracked. Okay. Oh, those drums though. Wow. I don't know why that's got me tearing up a little bit right now. That makes no sense. What the hell? What? So, is this the actual ending? Or, did I accidentally do something wrong again? And did I miss the, you are dead screen accidentally? Yes, I would appreciate jumping into Discord with all of y'all so I could maybe talk about some of this, these plot holes, but let me just get through these credits first so I can kind of digest and, oh, this music's different from when I had failed or died previously, right? It sounds very different. This is a very nice song, very beautiful. It's a very beautiful song. That violin, though. Oh, it's in slow mode, too! No. Oh, what's this? Creepy songs. Oh man, I feel like I need to learn this song on the guitar. thesis advisors? Oh, interesting. Apparently started Happy Bear saying that this game started out as a PhD project for the creators. Wow. Wait, what? 14.3 billion years later? Okay, well, at least it's not in a time loop. Ooh, let me grab my controller. What's that? What's going on? Interesting. Oh, hell yes! Oh my gosh! Please tell me there is going to be a second game. Yes, little friendos. Alright, so I finally reached the actual ending of the game instead of the you died ending. Now I guess I can start playing the DLC. But first, I want to thank everyone. Thank you so much for watching and for all the encouragement as well as for being here with me through the late hours. And I know some of y'all are coming from the UK, so I know that the time doesn't always seem the most convenient for some of y'all. Thank you so much for listening to me rant, as well as keeping it active on Discord. I know that Magnus has been sharing some of the very, very funny outtakes and responses to some of the actions that I've done. Yes, Magnus. There's someone who's been watching who's from the UK, I believe. I've been kind of sneaking into some of the metrics. Oh, Oscar, looking at you. Thank you. I appreciate you spending your time here. Hopefully I'll be able to see all of y'all in some of the other games, maybe? I'm not really sure what I would end up streaming next. I don't really have any plans for games, but I do appreciate everyone for coming by. So Magnus and I are going to be playing the DLC. Yes, Brody Quest, apologies. Yes, I did just finish about like 10 minutes ago. And so Magnus and I are going to go into a Discord call, and then he is going to walk me through some of the... he's going to try to guide me, not really walk me through, but guide me through some of the DLC. And I'll be leaving the stream on. We're just going to hop into a Discord call, and then I hope that he doesn't dox me. I didn't have Discord open before, but now I do. So, Magnus, let me know. Or, I guess I'm ready whenever you are. Oh, I guess I can also join the Discord finally. Oh, there's that ring. Magnus!
Hello? Oh, shit, hold on.
Yeah, you're probably gonna want to mute the stream or something, because there's probably going to be some sort of delay.
Yeah, also, I realize I'm, like, going through my Steam Deck right now because I don't want to set up my computer, so hopefully the audio is fine.
Okay.
So wait, I didn't want to, like, talk about the DLC because I want you to experience that yourself.
Yeah. Right, no.
Do...
Yes, so you were going to help me understand some of the, how, my different thoughts and stuff. Sorry, I got that confused. But yes, because I believe that there was some confusion when I was going through some of the story, and I think someone needs to help me set myself straight in that aspect. So what was I getting wrong?
Well, let's start with this. Let's see, what sort of questions do you have? Because I'm sure you probably have a ton of questions.
The interloper. So they originally wanted to use that as the source instead of the sun?
So, not quite. So, when the sun station failed, they were very, what's the word? I guess depressed. They were upset because that actually prevented them from continuing the project. But then they discovered that there was a new comet that was entering the solar system. And so when they went to investigate, they were all, happy, and they're like, okay, we're trying to do something new, new science. But if you remember, I don't know if you also want to have your ship log open too, so you can look at this as well while we're talking about it. They found they found an unruptured stone, within the comet, right?
Right.
And the comet itself also is filled with ghost matter.
Oh, yes, the comet is filled with ghost matter. Oh, yeah, that's another question that I have too. What is ghost matter? What is that?
So I think what it technically is, or at least what it tries to imply, is that it's exotic matter, which is a theoretical type of matter that kind of spreads. We don't really know if it actually exists. We think it could potentially exist in the core of neutron stars, but that is a separate conversation.
Then why does it exist? If I go into Little Earth, there's a place over here that just someone's throwing rocks at it.
Yeah, so it seems to exist everywhere. And if you check the logs for the interloper, there might be some more explanation there.
For the ruptured core, looks like members of the Pneumai shell crew traced everything reading spherical cast from some exotic matter. Okay. Oh, interesting. They determined exotic matter was both lethal and under extreme pressure. If the stone were to rupture, the exotic matter within would rapidly expand, completely blanketing the solar system almost instantaneously.
So do you have any thoughts of how that might connect to everything?
That's why the sun was able to explode.
Not necessarily. I think the sun... Well, no, I'll get to that later. But remember, when they first encountered the comet, the core was not exploded. In fact, they talked about how, like it says there, the density was so high that if it did explode, it would spread the matter all over the entire solar system. Right?
Right.
What I think it's trying to imply there is the interloper is the source of the ghost matter. And they were investigating it when it ruptured, and it spread ghost matter over the entire solar system.
Oh, sorry, 1 second. I'm trying to mess with the sound just because some people are having trouble hearing you. I'm going to go this,
Sorry.
Sorry, how is
I'm so sorry. Hello. This is a test. I will try not to rupture your eardrums.
I shouldn't have gone all the way up. Okay, cool. Alright, so you were saying that, you might have to repeat that, apologies. I was a little distracted trying to figure out what the sound would be best at.
All good. Let me also approach it differently, which is probably better that you probably didn't hear me, what I said. The Nomai have no record of anything like ghost matter, right?
Right.
So the ghost matter didn't really exist, like in any of their, logs or anything. They didn't even know about it.
Oh, and that's why they call it exotic matter.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't have a name for it. And so we see this ruptured core whose pressures were so high that if it were to rupture, it would spread throughout the entire solar system, right?
Okay. But you were mentioning that, or it was also saying that it hadn't ruptured before, but now it has?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And do you remember how the Nomai's bodies were placed?
Yes, kind of. One of them was floating in the core, and the other one was kind of like, I think, going away from the core. I can't remember if one of the Nomai was like right before or after one of the ghost clouds. I forgot the names are already. I'm so sorry.
I mean, yeah, exactly. So their body was covered in the ghost matter. They were trying
to. Oh, right. Because if they're at the center of that expansion, then yes, of course, they would have died immediately, and that's also probably why the person on the ship died too, huh? Oh, and is that why everyone's? Wait, no, not everyone's dead though. Oh.
I mean, ghost matter, you find it everywhere, right?
Right. Yeah. There were some also inside some of the villages too. Is that how they died?
I mean, I think it's implied that's how kind of all the Nomai died, and why they died so suddenly at like tables and beds.
Yeah. That's really weird. How did some of them live then? Because that's the other issue and confusion that I have, is that if this all happened very suddenly, then how does it seem like this only happened recently?
So that was the main confusion point that I think you're having, and one of the main things that I wanted to, why I kind of wanted to have this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
The Nomai, that didn't happen recently at all. This is only, you're only reading all of their artifacts and stuff, but the Nomai died, if you notice on the sun station, 281,000 years ago.
Oh.
I'm curious, because I never really understood this myself. What made you think that the Nomai were like still alive and this was still happening?
Because some of them had clothes on, and then everything else inside of the civilizations didn't have clothes on, so I was kind of trying to guesstimate that maybe there was some sort of difference of decay. Because I found it strange, like there are dead bodies, and then maybe the ones with clothes on were a little bit more fresh than the ones without clothes on, because then why wouldn't people in civilizations have clothes, but people who weren't in the civilization with the suits on, they would have clothes on? Or maybe it's just like a difference in durability of clothing because they're spacesuits and should be more durable.
Yeah, I guess I never thought of it like that. That maybe that those guys had just recently died.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that if you didn't like look at the bodies more closely with the ones in the spacesuits,
Mm-hmm.
you will see that they actually have deteriorated in their skeletons inside as well. But
Yeah.
I can see that from an instant look that it looks like, oh, they just died recently.
Yeah, I did notice that some of them, if you do look at like closer to where the sleeves end and whatnot, you can see that they do end up having, or they do end up looking, English is hard. They look like they have skeletal remains underneath the clothing near where the edges are.
Yeah, or maybe they were all just nudists, except for the few that liked clothes. Yeah, I like that idea. Interruptus.
Yeah. Okay, well, that answers that. Then, what about all the people? What was with that ending? Why did they all just end up... Why were they at the end? Playing instruments and stuff. What does the instrument have to do with why I needed to time, or observe the universe back together?
So, I guess, yeah, let's maybe go into that. So, what do you think happened in the ending in general?
I'm not sure, because I remember Solanum was saying that someone needed to observe the eye, and I don't know what the heck happened. Part of me thinks that it was just some way to nicely tie back everyone in terms of, here are all the people that helped you, don't forget them type of thing. Or it could have been more of a figurative type of personification of some of the unresolved matters.
I guess before we get to the ending of the game, before we start discussing that, maybe we should go, well, because I kind of, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to like avoid telling you everything, because I really want you to come to the conclusions yourself. So
yeah,
I'm like,
that's fair.
Let's skip the ending of the game for now, and maybe that'll become more clear as we talk about like other things as well.
Okay.
What do you think of the whole, every time you die, you wake up again.
That was very interesting. I think that does go along with my previous thought in the sense that when I die and I wake up, it's just that my body still exists within that 22 time period, but because I'm dead for the rest of it, that's why I end up just feeling like it's instantaneous. And for the 22 minutes, that's just because of the Ash Twin and how they're able to power itself by the explosion of the sun. And that's how that happens, or that works?
Yeah, I think it's all correct. But do you know why the Nomai were trying to do that?
No, I do not actually. I couldn't tell if it was because they were trying to save themselves from the sun by giving themselves more time, or if it was because they were just really, really curious scientists that wanted to figure out, what they were capable of doing. Because I know that it was mentioned how they were super, super upset that they weren't able to do it, or how it didn't work at first. But I'm not sure if it was because they were upset they couldn't make that scientific discovery, or because it meant the doom of their civilization.
I think you should take a look at the logs for the Southern Observatory on Brittle Hollow, and see if that gives some sort of insight.
Okay, so
I think it's on that log.
Alright. So for this one it says new, more sensitive locator the Nomai built on this observatory was unable to detect any trace of the eye's signal. Okay. Oh, so that's another thing too, is that I'm wondering if which came first, them trying to look for the eye, or them trying to save themselves from the universe, or were they ever trying to save themselves from the universe? Like, were they willing to give up everything just to find the center of the eye? I don't know if that's one and the same, but let me continue reading. Apologies if I'm jumping to conclusions. So, based on their knowledge of the quantum moon, Nomai believed the eye was in a distant orbit around the sun. Nomai decided to stop searching for the eye's signal, instead look for it visually by sending out a deep space probe. Oh, and they needed the sun to power the deep space probe to look for the eye. Is that it?
Not quite. You had it right in the first place. That they needed the sun to explode to power the Ash Twin project, which you had before.
Right.
The probe can just be fired, just like how you accidentally fired your ship off of the other gravity cannons.
Mm-hmm. All right, because they were already able to send off that probe. Yeah, it just exploded because it could only do it once, right?
Correct. You can only do it once. But I don't know if you remember in the conversation, and you even agreed. I think it was Pi who said it. Was like the chances of sending the probe in the correct direction is like astronomically small. Like it might.
Oh.
It's like 1 in 10,000,000%.
Okay, yeah, this bottom one says, there were concerns the probability of launching the probe in the correct direction would be absurdly small, which is why they wanted to loop it, so that they could keep trying, or changing the direction each time they looped it, huh?
There you go, okay.
And then that also explains why sometimes it looked like the observatory, or the gravity cannon, was just pointed at different directions whenever I woke up. And then that also explains why inside one of the simulations that it looked like a bunch of those rays were coming off. Originally I was scared because I'm like, oh gosh, it's gonna pierce me and I'm gonna just die. But no, it was because it was part of the simulation of them trying to shoot it off in multiple different directions each time the loop occurred. Is that right?
That's right on the money.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Okay, any more questions?
Thing is I don't know what I don't know.
We can go back and talk about the question they had before about the eye versus the end of the universe that you brought up like a few minutes ago.
Yes. But that explains so much, though. Thank you so much for explaining the interloper, because that I definitely was confusing the time, because I thought that they had lived longer, because yeah, the clothing's threw me off for whatever reason.
Yeah, okay, I think that then...
Oh, and then what's with Bramble? Dark Bramble. The planet just eats things and that's it, and I don't get to figure out if that'll spread to Timber Earth or anything?
Yeah, I kind of just assumed that the Dark Bramble just eats planets. That's the assumption I made.
Yeah.
It seemed like it would have eaten Timberhearth as well, because the seed did fall on Timberhearth as well.
Yeah. Dark Bramble's just a spooky dude. So, Oscar's saying if I want to read my spoiler chat, I'll have to do that before playing the DLC. I can read that a little bit later. It'd be a nice read, because I don't want it to hold up any of the play that I get to do today. Because I do look forward to playing the... what is it called? The DLC. Okay, what's up with these quantum shards? How come they only happen in certain places and they seem localized to those certain places? Like, do the quantum shards not travel between planets or anything like that? Or is that only the moon?
So, the shards are actually part of the quantum moon. So they've, like, broken off of the quantum moon. And the quantum moon gets its quantum abilities from the eye, because its true orbit, the planet that it's supposed to be orbiting, is the eye. But being surrounded by the eye for so long, it gained like quantum abilities, and then it started moving to other planets. And in the same way, and you notice this with the quantum cacti, any objects around the shards also gain like quantum abilities, so to speak.
Yeah, like with the signposts and the trees, the cacti, yeah.
Yeah, so that all sort of originates from the eye. And then the Nomai were able to study the quantum shards to come up with the rules.
So, for the other people, for the Outer Wilds venture group, what were their objectives? Do they just naturally go out and explore things and civilizations? Was there something that the Hearthians were looking for? I don't know if I
mean, each one of them had their own like purpose, I think.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like Rybeck really wanted to know about the Nomai, and he was the what do you call that? Not an architect. What's the word? Someone who digs up stuff. What is that called? Archaeologist. He was like an archaeologist, and so he wanted to go to the Hanging City and to see the Nomai there. And then there was Chert, who really liked studying the stars and enjoyed that, and so he went to the Ember Twins so that he can get a really good view of everything. Gabbro was just being Gabbro. He just wanted a place to relax. Feldspar just like loved adventure and stuff, you know. And so that's where he went. And then I guess Esker, not Eskel, that's someone else. Esker, I don't know, I guess he was just like one of the, like, he wasn't Feldspar. Feldspar was the first person into space, but Esker, I think, was like one of the head of the Outer Wilds Ventures. And so he just chills out on the moon, listening over everyone.
Oh, okay, so Esker isn't the same person. I thought, for some reason I thought Esker was someone who had died previously, because who are all those dead people?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even know that the tombstones existed until you found them.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting discovery myself.
And then for these Nomai caves, was there any other significance of them kind of being on Timberhearth? Like, were they ever exploited by the other Hearthians, or does it just exist and then we're just like, okay, that's fine. We live next to this.
Well, it's kind of hinted out a little bit in the logs there that the ore that was used there was used to build the seal around Ash Twin Project, and I think you got that. I remember you talking about that in your... Yeah. And they even mentioned, they were like, okay, we're not going to take all the ore, to leave some if the life evolves, right? And if you even remember, like on your first playthrough, if you remember fixing that satellite in the center of Timberhearth.
Oh my gosh, I don't. But now that you mention that, yeah. Like this one?
Yeah, it was kind of like, it looked like...
Yeah, even...
oh yeah, there you go.
On the top left, you can kind of see the little sparkles.
Yep, exactly.
Interesting.
So that was some of the ore that they left us, because they were very kind.
Oh. Quantum Grotto, radio tower. I'm just going through some of these, seeing if I remember anything else that I had questions about. A sunless city.
So, like, what are your thoughts on the Nomai? It made me cry.
They're precious.
Their history is so sad.
Yeah. I'm still kind of... Okay, wait. So, correct me if I'm wrong. So they really did, like, go for the universe. Well, they didn't even get to witness it. In terms of...
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, man. I guess at this point I can probably summarize everything. So I think you understand the majority of it.
Yeah.
So they were in their vessel when they received the signal coming from the Eye of the Universe.
Yes.
And then they immediately warped to it, but their first, like, sign of travesty was that the signal that they listened to wasn't coming from the eye directly,
yes,
but coming from one of the dark bramble, like, seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in the same way that your scout signal gets duplicated,
yep,
the eye signal got duplicated. And so they teleported to the wrong place, and they teleported inside of dark bramble.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like, a bunch of them died. Only 2 of the escape pods got out. Those that survived, like, studied the quantum moon from the 2 different planets, right?
Mm-hmm.
They studied the quantum shards. Eventually, after the 2 clans, like, reunited and they were able to develop warp technology and everything, that is when they discovered that because the Nomai, they're nomadic. That's kind of where their name comes from. They're you know, they don't have a permanent home. Their permanent home is supposed to be the vessel, but their vessel got destroyed. They only ever used warp travel to travel from, like, one random place. Not, I shouldn't say random, but, like, teleporting their entire vessel from, like, one place to another. They never had installed warp destinations, like, in a solar system before. And so it wasn't until they actually did that they discovered this negative time interval when warp traveling. And then they ended up, you know, experimenting with that, and that's what led to the experiments at the high energy lab, where they were able to, and you saw it yourself.
Yeah.
You can send this out back in time by, like, a second or 2, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's also why they needed those statues, because if they were going to constantly reset after 22 minutes, they would need to remember.
Exactly. Actually, specifically, in a weird way, they didn't need the statues for themselves, because from their perspective, it would all happen within a single loop, because otherwise they would just die.
Right.
Right? The statues were meant there in the event that something went wrong, or if it succeeded. And so, there's only one statue that is really necessary, and you had it right, so there's 3 masks activated, right? The third one is actually the probe tracking module itself, so it's not actually a person. It's kind of like a trick. It's done like that on purpose. It makes you want to think that there's a third person stuck in the loop, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so it wasn't Solanum, and that would also explain why Solanum didn't really have any sort of, like, oh, I feel like I'm in a loop type of contemplation. Interesting.
Yeah. Solanum has no idea either. The theory why, at least this is my personal theory, I don't know if it's been, like, discussed before on, like, the Discord or anything, but my personal theory is that Solanum was on the quantum moon when the interloper exploded and released ghost matter everywhere. And still, because the quantum moon sort of exists in a superposition, Solanum dies on every single planet in which the quantum moon is currently orbiting, except for the Eye of the Universe, because the Eye of the Universe is so far away. That's why when you're on the planets, you actually find her body, like, everywhere. And that's supposed to be her body on, like, the different planets in which she possibly existed at the time of the explosion. As for why she's still alive on when the quantum moon is at the 6th location, I don't know. That's just, like, quantumness being weird.
Yeah.
So they ended up, the Nomai ended up after the clans reunited, they created the eye detector on the Asherock to try to find the eye again. They wanted to finally resume their search after being, stuck there for years, right? And if you remember, because this is probably like the first time you played, that detector did not work, and so they decided to build the bigger one on the southern pole of Brittle Hollow. And then, as you remember, that one also didn't work, and that's when they decided to, instead of looking for the eye based off of the signal that it was emitting, they decided to look for it visually. And they knew what it looked like visually because they knew what it looked like from the Quantum Moon, because by then they already had made journeys to the Quantum Moon.
Right.
And then that's what brought up the idea of, okay, let's use time travel, just go back 22 minutes. We will then fire the probe, have it search for the eye for 22 minutes, at which point we will then blow up the sun, using the power of the blown up sun to send the command, as well as any information about the status of the current probe, back in time 22 minutes. So then the probe cannon will fire again at the beginning of the next loop, and it will send it to a different location, track its data, and all that compounds together over and over and over and over again until they actually find the eye. And that's actually, as well, if you remember, in the probe tracking module, the loop actually has been going on like over 9 million times. But they only ended up finding it like on your first loop, or actually the loop before your very first loop. That's when the statue activated, because it actually worked.
Okay. Oh yeah, okay, interesting. Yeah, I thought the statue actually broke because the loop had failed, or because everything had exploded, like the universe, and then that was like a safety protocol thing. Oh, that makes sense. So I was the sign that it worked. Does that mean...
Exactly.
Does that mean that Gabbro was also near one of the statues around the same time? Or...
Yep.
Sorry, what was that?
He actually, if you remember his conversation with him, that's how how you sort of discover that the statues are tied to knowing about the time loop and everything. The main issue, and that's sort of like, at least I take away the big lesson here, is the realization that the sun station did not work for the Nomai, and they were unable to blow up the sun.
Yes. I think that was what I was confused with, too. Like, just the idea that... I think I was really stuck on the idea that the time was sooner than it was, because I thought that, like, if it was bringing back maybe, like, 30 minutes instead of 22 minutes, then maybe some of them would have been alive. I didn't consider the fact that it could have been, like, 21,000 years ago. But that makes a lot more sense, because... So they weren't able to explode the sun, and so it only was able to work by the natural sun degradation.
Yes, exactly. And that was like... Sorry, go on.
Oh, yeah, and that just happened to be, like, when we had been... The Hearthians had been civilized enough to kind of start tracing all that stuff.
Yeah, you're just unfortunate enough to be born at the end of a dying universe. I think now that you understand that the Nomai were just not, like, alive, like, 30 minutes ago, it probably makes a lot more sense.
It does. Because I was thinking, like, I really thought that there was supposed to be some sort of twist with space and time, because that would add a very interesting dimension to the game, but it also is a little bit happier. I had hope that I could go back in time and see more of them instead of just one. I mean, it was still very nice to meet Solanum, but, like, seeing all those dead bodies and then just being like, man, these people used to be so advanced and so, I don't know,
just
popular.
So nice.
Yeah, so nice.
Yeah.
And just curious. scientific nerds, basically.
It's weird because, like, at least for me, when I first met the Nomai, or I shouldn't say met, but, like, you know, when I first started, like, reading about them and stuff, right? You think that they're, like, these really smart people, and they're scientists and whatever. They kind of feel like superhuman in the sense that they gotten over like any like prejudice and everything, and like they're kind of like all about science.
Yeah.
But then eventually, like it kind of leaks through that they like science a little bit, maybe too much.
Yeah.
Like willing to blow up the sun, or like purposefully destroy the orbital probe cannon just to make sure that the probe goes fast enough. You know, it's like, okay, that seems like a very human thing to do.
Yeah, it does. But like, I admire their endeavors, as well as it's very touching how close the players can get to them, because even when they're kind of going through their discoveries, they have those little moments of calling out other people and their relationships with them, and then just showing that they're not all about research, but they're also more, I dare to say it, like human-like, in terms of their interactions with other people that they work with and have relationships with.
Yeah, they're very fun. I mean, everyone loves them. They're nice.
So there's no chance of like, man, yeah, that sun. 22 minutes isn't enough to bring anyone back.
I know that. So that when I played, and I was like determined that I needed to get to the sun station and stop it from blowing up.
Yeah.
So that I could save everyone on Timberhearth, save everyone from dying. And then when I finally got to the sun station and I read the log that said, you know, the sun station could never work, and that the sun was reaching the end of its natural life cycle, I was like, in that moment, I put the game down and I was just like, fuck, like, oh, that destroyed me. I was like, the sudden realization that there's nothing you can really do to save everyone was so distraughting. Is that a word? I don't know.
I understand what you mean. I don't know if it is, but yeah. Distressing,
yeah,
you
mean? Yeah, so like soul crushing.
Yeah. Oh, is that the response that you wanted to see me have?
Yes.
I worry that I may not have had any response like that, just because I was still kind of confused about the timeline of it all. Because I feel like I didn't have that realization that the sun, or that they didn't get to witness anything, like their entire efforts, until like thousands of years later.
Yeah, I think...
Because I do remember seeing that their experiment didn't work and that they did seem very sullen, but I was just like, I think I was still confused as to why they were upset that their experiment didn't work, when I was still fixed on the fact that they were trying to kill their universe, which didn't make sense. And maybe I hadn't tied into the fact that they still wanted to tie that into the loop of sending off their probe. Because around that time, I think I was thinking the best that would have, effect that would have, is being able to maybe restart if the interloper was exploding their sun relatively soon, like in terms of giving them more time to see how to counteract that. I didn't really contemplate the fact that they were still after the eye.
Yeah, that's like what everything's all about, is the eye. That's like, you know, that's the tattoo I want to get, is of the eye of the universe.
Yeah.
I bought a bunch of like stickers and stuff that I'm going to be putting on my water bottle and laptop and stuff for work.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't know if you know this, but I can't remember what it was. I think Game Radar has a t-shirt for Outer Wilds, and it's got like a bunch of stars kind of stitched into it, and I thought it was really cool. It's kind of sold out right now, unless you're like, I think it's like 3X or 4XL, but I put like a wish list or like a notification on it so that if it does end up getting back in stock, then I could get one, maybe for you, hopefully.
I mean, it could be like kind of like a nice pajama, you know? Like
I do wear oversized shirts as pajamas. They're very convenient.
I used to wear 2X when I was like big. I mean, I'm still big, but I wonder how big is 4X?
I'm not sure. I wonder if it was also just a sizing thing, because I noticed that the bigger the size, they just made it navy instead of having stars on them, so maybe it could have just been a different type of shirt.
Oh, speaking of which, I think, I kind of want you to, I mean, I think it's like, I wonder if, hold on, I'm trying to think of the best way I can either just tell you this, or because it might make things a little bit more clear too. I think it was a major point that you may have missed as well. Trying to see if I
have a question.
Yeah.
Why are there jellyfish? Why is there a jellyfish above the water here in the Giant Steep, as well as also on Dark Bramble? That I was super confused.
So the story there is actually that the jellyfish. So Dark Bramble actually used to be like an ice planet with like ice on the outside.
Oh.
And water on the inside. And jellyfish actually lived on Dark Bramble.
Oh.
But when the seed like eventually grew and like destroyed the planet and ripped it apart, pieces of like frozen planet, whatever the planet was before Dark Bramble, got scattered throughout the solar system. So part of it landed on Giant Steep, which is why you still see like Bramble and stuff in Giant Steep with the frozen jellyfish. Some of the jellyfish like unthawed and stayed in Giant Steep, you know, and that's why they're at the bottom.
Right.
Part of it where the seeds ended up going to Timberhearth at some point. I don't think there's any on Brittle Hollow. I'm pretty sure there's not. Yeah.
Oh, that explains a lot, actually.
I don't think that looks very obvious. At least I don't think so in the game. I'm trying to remember. So my issue that I have, I realize now explaining this, is I don't remember the order of events that I learn things. Like, it's all just, like, there in my brain now. So I kind of don't remember, like, at what point did I learn something, you know? Unless it had, like, super emotional impact, like the sensation for me.
Yeah.
There was something else too. Oh, this is, like, minor, but it also explains some things too, which you might be interested in. The reason why the ghost matter killed all the Nomai, but not like the pre-evolved Arthians.
Right, yeah.
Is actually because ghost matter doesn't work underwater. And that's not explained anywhere unless you actually like test it. So on that island that has the jellyfish, there's ghost matter on that island as well. When the island gets flung up into the sky and falls back down into the water, when it's underwater, all the ghost matter becomes inactive.
Oh.
And if you remember from that like mural on Timberhearth, the little fish that were like the ancestor to the Harthians, they lived in the water. So they weren't affected by the ghost matter, which I thought was such a like a cool little neat detail that like isn't really explained.
Yeah, and that would also explain why the jellyfish were able to survive. Same thing with the anglerfish.
Yep, exactly.
Interesting. That is a pretty neat detail.
So there is one piece of information too that this is what I was trying to think of the best way to explain. I don't know if it's in the logs at all. I should probably pull up my game and see. You should check to see Churt's camp on Ember Twin and see if there's like some logs there about some discussion you had with Churt.
Churt says that they set up their astronomy gear on the North Pole, and then that they spotted an unusually high number of supernovae activity.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe I didn't unlock that conversation.
I mean, that has a bit of it. If you actually, like, leave your ship, and you, actually, like, stay in your ship, but, like, fly out, from Timberhearth, and you can pull up... Yeah, my stream's on a delay, but I'll, like, wait for you for a second. Because I feel like this is really cool, and sort of highlights stuff. Once you're out of the atmosphere, yeah. You can... as long as you're like far enough away from Timber so you don't fall back into it, you can get out of your ship, and use your signal scope to zoom in onto some of the stars, the bright ones. So like look around, you might see some bright stars somewhere. They'll get really bright all of a sudden. It's really early into the loop, so you might not see it now.
Oh, would it be showing me the stars dying or some shit?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Stars slowly over the course of the loop explode.
Oh dang.
Since it's the start of the loop, I don't know how often it happens in the beginning. But I also use that as a metric to see like how close the end of the loop is.
Oh, that is a pretty neat fact. I've always only just been looking at the interloper.
There's also one other thing, and this is what I was talking about before, how I'm surprised you weren't Pavloved, because I feel like everyone else was Pavloved, and you weren't somehow.
Pavloved for what?
The music. So, at the end of the loop, there's always this song, and you were even, like, humming it at one point. And that's supposed to signal to you that it's the end of the loop.
Oh, yeah, that song!
But it's like eventually everyone Pavlovs it, because as soon as they hear the music, like, it's never told that that's the end of the loop, but you sort of come to the realization slowly. It's like, you know, like, your mouth starts watering or whatever, like a Pavlov, Pavlov or whatever. You realize at the end of that the music signals the end of the loop without being ever told that, and it's so, like, when I noticed I got Pavlov from that, I was like, what the fuck, like, this game's, like, tricking me, and you never got Pavlov.
That's so funny because
I'm like, what is gonna happen?
There is definitely one time when I noticed that song was playing, but I wasn't able to freeze the time when I was reading something when I had that on for sure. Was that my ship? Yeah. Bro!
Your ship? Oh.
It's fine. It's fine. She's just done with me. But yeah, I guess I didn't. I still never really knew when it was happening unless like I heard a huge boom or something.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, I was just like, we're like, how do you not realize the music? Anyways, that led to some funny conversations. You should probably also read the like Discord and stuff. Because we are when you do start the DLC, if you're gonna start it tonight, we'll probably mark it as DLC stuff. That's to keep other people that haven't played the DLC like not reading it and stuff, you know.
I see. I kind of want to start playing. Oh, is it going? No, it's not. I kind of want to start playing the DLC just because I've got like, I don't know, an hour or two before I gotta go to bed. But I understand as well that probably would be nice to read that stuff too.
Read that stuff? Oh, the logs?
No, or the Discord.
Oh yeah, true.
I'm debating what should I do because I am planning on playing tomorrow, so I could just save this for tomorrow.
It's up to you. If you want to, and just like you can sort of meditate on the game a little bit more now that you kind of have an idea. Oh, I guess we should probably talk about the ending of the game.
Yes.
So.
Oh my gosh, is there going to be another game? Because I remember, I forgot who mentioned it, but they said that they wanted to travel to another universe where there are other type of beasties and whatnot, and then the moon thing had a bunch of, not the moon, but I guess the eye had a bunch of flashing of different organisms and devices and whatnot.
My takeaway from that is like the eye is of course quantum, and so like when you're walking across it, it was completely pitch black, and so since you couldn't observe anything, all reality sort of existed in front of you. You just couldn't really see it, and so when the lightning flashed, you saw instances of that happening, like trees would appear and then rocks would appear, and it's kind of like when you use the rule of entanglement or whatever to travel when you're riding on that rock. You know how like you're in pitch blackness?
Yes.
It was kind of like that. The lightning kind of triggered that effect unintentionally.
I see.
As for Feldspar saying that, I hope there's beasties in the next one, he's sort of hinting at the fact that, well, the universe is dying, and that's sort of like the main takeaway you get from like the game is that it's the end of the world kind of, and there's nothing you can really do about it. And you're stuck. You're like, you're so unfortunate because you're the only one stuck in this time loop at the end of the universe, and you're given like this false sense of hope that there's something you can do to stop it. You think that everything's dying because something the Nomai did, right? And that you can stop it. You can go to the Sun Station. You can stop it all from happening. You can stop whatever the Ash Twin project is, which you know at the time you don't know what it is, and so you're trying to figure out this mystery so that you can undo it. And then the sudden realization that all the stars are dying, your star is blowing up, and it's not because of something that someone is doing. It's the end of the universe, you know. And that's sort of like the soul crushing part that I had, you know.
Yeah, understandably.
When you go into the eye and you observe the eye, you are collapsing all the infinite realities and kind of witnessing the birth of a new universe. You're kind of creating the new universe by observing it, and you get that opportunity. And so that's why Feldspar like, oh, I hope there's Beasties in the next one. He's sort of, he wants there to be, like, because Feldspar is, I don't want to say crazy, Feldspar is courageous. He's kind of like a, what do you call that guy? That guy that would do crazy stunts.
Stuntman. I don't know.
Yeah, not like Stuntman. There's a specific guy, I can't think of him.
Daredevil?
Where, yeah, he's like Daredevil, right? He wants there to be monsters. He wants there to be, like, crazy things to fly and stuff like that. So that's why he was hoping for that in the next universe. And that's what you witnessed sort of at the end, the Big Bang, essentially, the new world.
Yeah.
And that's why 14.3 billion years later, that's like the world you created. Anyways.
Okay. That makes sense. Wait, so were they actually real? Real people there? Or was it just like some sort of personification?
I don't know. I like to believe that they were real and not like a figment of your imagination. But I don't know, because like we noticed as well, you could talk to Solanum, which, again, I don't know if that means like, okay, that was not the real Solanum, because like, how would you talk to her, you know?
Yeah, because, I noticed that, well, I thought we needed a translator while we were on the Quantum Moon, but now we're just talking freely? What?
Yeah, it's not very obvious. So I don't actually know if they're real or not. Oh, you're getting eclipsed.
Yeah. I wonder if the Quantum Moon goes in front of the sun, would it eclipse and then would it disappear if I ended up looking away?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think it probably would, just because of the way the game works.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would be like... I was gonna say, I don't know if that would be accurate, but I don't think none of that is accurate in the first place. What? I don't know. So I don't know what you want to do in terms of starting the DLC tonight, or do you want to read the Discord?
Yeah, I think I'll read the Discord tonight. I mean, I'll have plenty of time tomorrow to get started on that, as well as, I think if I did end up playing the DLC, I'd probably only have maybe like an hour and a half to play it before I'd have to go to bed. Yeah,
what I also recommend, just because it's so interesting, and it's the main reason why, like, everyone, like, watches people stream this game, is, like, watching... what's going on? Watching other people play. Like, I can get you a good, what's it called? Like, person that you can watch the stream. And just seeing how they approach the game, because it's so fun watching other people, like, come up with their own theories and stuff.
Yeah. I know I definitely threw around a lot of different theories as well. Oh yeah, can you tell me what was like the silliest theory that I had? I don't even remember all the silliest ones. Like, how far off was I for some of my guesses?
I mean, there was a whole, like, the Nomai were just alive, like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, that is fair,
I think that was, like, throwing off a lot of people in the Discord, because we were confused, like, of what you were thinking. And then there was the whole, oh, let me pull out the core of the Ash Twin project and then meditate.
Yeah.
And we're like, wait, no, don't do that. So that was really funny.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. And then Interruptus is saying, just be careful looking in the Outer Wilds category because thumbnails can spoil DLCs at a glance. Okay, good to know.
Oh, yeah. Be careful not to do that. Yeah. I don't think, like, I made sure that, like, in the DLC, or in the Discord, we never talked about the DLC, because that's also kind of the rules, other than saying that we liked it, which I don't think is a spoiler.
Yeah.
But,
are you allowed
I would be careful of the other channels.
Are you allowed to tell me whether or not I get to unlock Hollow's lantern from the DLC?
What do you mean?
Oh my god, heck you.
No, I'm being serious, like, you could just fly there, you have a spaceship.
Well, I mean, I've crashed into it, and that didn't count as discovering it.
Well, I can make a spaceship that crashes into the moon. That doesn't mean I've explored it.
Fair.
If you want to unlock Hollow's Lantern, you just have to go there, you know? Explore.
True. I haven't tried landing on it, mostly because it really looks impossible to land on, because the majority of it is, like, lava, but there are, I remember, like, I guess, little volcanoes with mass that I could potentially land on.
Just send your autopilot to Brittle Hollow, and it will take you to Hollow's Lantern. Easy.
Well, no, remember the last time I tried to go, or maybe not last time, but the first time that I tried to do autopilot on Britto's Hollow, and it landed me right in the smack dab trajectory of Hollow's Lantern, and I died? Yeah, that was a lesson. Oh, that thing almost hit me too!
What was it, the probe?
No, one of the comet things.
Oh, I see you shot right past it. Oh.
Yeah. That was on autopilot too. Autopilot said no.
I've always wondered as well if it's possible just to somehow fly to the eye, but I don't think so, because I think that would be...
Do you even know...
That'd be cool.
I mean, like, how would you be able to figure out where it is? I mean, if... Oh! Goodness. Oh! One sec. Where do you even land on this? Alright, I guess. I mean, sure. This thing is gonna drop me right into the center of that lava, and I'm gonna burn my feet off. I feel like this is scuffed. For sure. Like, what? Someone's supposed to land on this? Oh, and that, I guess that also does make sense why, for their civilizations, they wouldn't have planned on living next to something so hostile, because the Brittle Hollow just happens to be degrading the same time that the universe is degrading.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a log somewhere. I forget where. Because I had the exact same question. I was like, why is Brittle Hollow falling apart now? Apparently there's a log somewhere that says that Hollow's Lantern, its volcanic activity is tied to the sun's activity for whatever reason. So as the sun got closer to the supernova, Hollow's Lantern gets way more active, and that's why the planets started falling apart.
Yeah. Then how did they make the white hole then? Because I always thought that the black hole was tied to the white hole, and then if the black hole hadn't really existed yet until this end of the universe, then how does the white hole still exist?
No, look, the black hole and the white hole always existed. They were just made naturally. They were just in the center of, yeah. What's it called? Brittle Hollow. The Nomai ended up, I think, I was looking at this yesterday because I was really curious to see if you could tell. But I think they somehow made their warp cores from the black hole in Brittle Hollow. Because if you like look at the black hole forge, like one, it sits like right atop, like above the black hole, like when it's in like its default position.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It also has like a broken pieces off like the front of it that would like essentially be touching the black hole. And so I think like, I don't know how they made the warp cores, because like obviously it's a video game, but I assume that it had something to do with like pulling out like a piece of the singularity of the black hole or something, and then by pulling that out, it created the corresponding white hole. It's very interesting if you like kind of like look at the mechanism of the black hole forge to try to figure out how the hell it worked.
Yeah, I feel like I'd have to do a little bit more reading on that. Oof! But thank you so much for walking me through all this these different plots and whatnot, because I definitely was wrong on a few of them. It's very funny.
I just wanted to like bring it up and summarize. Oh, what? That's never happened to me before. I'm like flying around the center of Brittle Hollow right now, and a piece fell from above me and pushed me into the black hole.
Nice.
I wanted to make sure you sort of understood like the base game before starting the DLC.
Yeah.
Because they are somewhat connected, and so I didn't want you to go into the DLC even more confused.
Yeah. I am definitely less confused now. Oh wait, what the heck? There's something in here? What the heck? Oh, bro. Wait, no way. Ain't no way. What the hell? I'm not... you're supposed to land in this? Oh my god. Here. Oh my god. Ah! Yeah, that... Ooh, okay, I'm alive. Alright, fair. Fine. This is fine. Alright, land. Kaz, land. Oh! Okay, fair. It's fine. Nailed it.
Perfect.
I should get some fuel too.
I have jammed my ship.
Okay, so the next important question is, what am I supposed to do after? Like, are there any other games like this?
I know, right? So the answer to the question that you just asked is that no, there are no other games like this, and the only way to experience the feeling of discovery is to do exactly what I've been doing with you, and that's watching other people play and gauging their reaction and trying to figure out the mystery and stuff. That's why we live vicariously through the other people that play the game.
Damn.
I know, it sucks. And now you have to experience it too. Fuck you.
No, fuck you! What the hell? Jeez.
I've now cursed you with this knowledge.
It's also stinks too, because it's like, this is a really, really good game, and obviously there are also other people who love this game. You have to have a Discord specifically highlighting people who have never played, so that this new experience could be shared with other people. But it's like...
Curse is spread.
Yeah, the curse is spread, thank you. Improve durability.
It's so true though. It's so sad. Apparently there is like fan-made DLC for this game. I still haven't played it. Apparently I've been told it's good. I don't know if it's like the base game, or if it's like it's very easy to tell that it's it's like a fan-made DLC.
Yeah.
But that might be like, I mean, lucky you still have the DLC to play. So.
I know Happy Bear hasn't. I'm surprised Happy Bear hasn't finished playing the game yet, but I hope that I can play it before she does, and then I get to be the backseat whisperer and
right.
Chat about it in Discord.
So when I played the game, I think I talked about this right when I was texting you.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know where the DLC was, and so I didn't even realize the game had a DLC because I just like bought the whole thing.
Oh.
I finished the DLC before finishing the base game.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And because it's not obvious what the DLC is or not. But again, because I didn't even realize there was DLC.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought I was like in a different part of the game that is it's very unique. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm just saying I should have realized that it was so different that I should have made a connection that there's like, this must be a different part of the game. Or I should have been smart about it. I don't know. I was being an idiot.
Oh wait, no! What the?
Oh, oh no! I just saw that on the stream.
Alright. That's a very fitting end. Yeah, when I was looking at some of that stuff though, I didn't know if there was quite anything that stood out to me in terms of what else I could do with them, because I think the satellite and the satellite tower were the only hints that I could go on, but I'll theorize that probably tomorrow.
Yeah. I would essentially, like, that's also another thing, and I don't think this is spoiler to say, the sort of start of the DLC is that satellite tower. So when you do start playing the DLC, I'll tell you like you should go there again, even though you're there before, just to like review the information you saw on there.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's fair to like say because apparently it was for a lot of people they didn't know where the DLC started because there's no indication for it. So they're like, how do we actually start doing this?
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll solve, or not solve, that'll teach you like where to go and what to do and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'll teach you.
That'll
learn me good.
I personally think the puzzles are a little bit harder, but I love the story of the DLC even better than the base game. But that's just me. And I don't know. I'm looking forward to watching you play it.
Yes,
It's gonna be. Oh, I fell through the black hole. I'm dead.
No, you're not. You just got the white hole.
That's true. Where's my shit? Oh. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to you playing that. But you have to promise me now that you will finish it.
Oh yeah. Why wouldn't I?
I would be scared that you wouldn't want to finish it.
Oh, I mean,
so
yeah.
I'll make sure.
I look forward to playing the DLC and getting like some being able to ask for help and tips from people who are watching.
The reason why I say that part of it is harder,
sure you are, Oscar.
It's almost. Say again?
Oh, sorry. Oscar said that they're not here. They're working. Honest. And so I said, sure you are.
Here they're working.
Kind of like what you were doing, Magnus, when you were at work.
No, I was listening to you at work.
Yep.
The DLC is. Sorry, what was I saying? It's a bit more linear. Like, so in this game, you can go to like all the planets and stuff, right? In the DLC, you can't. Well, you kind of can do that, but a lot of the information is linear, and that's kind of what makes it harder, I find. Is that I guess you'll see, and that's kind of what makes like I spent a couple like hours like not making progress at all in the DLC because I missed like one thing, and that's why I'm like, I think that's why it's okay to give you like more tips if you need that, because I don't want you to be like stuck for somewhere for like literal hours trying to find things.
Yeah, appreciated.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, I'll leave you to it. I'm just messing around now in Outer Wilds too. I'm just flying around all over the place.
Yeah, and I just fell into some lava, which definitely is the ending. And thank you again for giving me this game and also giving me the DLC and cursing me with this experience of like having no other game to play that's like this. And also thank you for kind of helping me clarify some things, because yeah, I definitely missed some things, but I definitely had a lot of fun. Thank you. The puzzles were really good. I do like how things are very interconnected and that the exploration was very tied into not only the plot, but also unlocking information to help with other puzzles. Because it wasn't like here's a little tip thing. It's like, here's some information, do with it what you will, as well as if you are smart enough, you don't necessarily need those tips.
Right? Like, the puzzles feel very natural. Yeah. It's almost like, it's very clearly a puzzle game, but it's not, like, the puzzles aren't, like, laid out in front of you.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. I look forward to when you play the DLC.
I will, and I'll be playing it tomorrow, probably around 5 PST? Maybe sooner.
Sounds good. I will be at the gym at like 2 to 3, so I'll be home to watch you.
Oh, perfect. Alright, cool. And then tonight I'll just be reading over the comments, but for the rest of that, thank you and good night. Look forward to seeing all of y'all tomorrow.
Alright, thank you.
Bye. Bye.